everyone. Hello. Welcome back to my live stream. I'm glad to see so many of you already here. I had a great time talking to you yesterday. I really do enjoy these live streams. I started them because I wanted to talk to you guys and interact with you more. And because I think these live streams are going so well, I am making a pledge right off the start that I am going to start doing these live streams once a day, Monday through Friday. So 5 streams a week, Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so the same time every day. So you guys are going to get lots of live streams now. I'm really, really excited to get this going. It's going to be fun. I've also decided that I am going to make these live streams more news focused. So I'm updating you guys on what's happening with the strikes, what's happening with Hollywood, and just the entertainment industry in general. So these live streams are going to be really fun. I do want to say hi to everyone. I know everyone's saying hi over here. Hi Shiham, hi Heroic, hi Koharu, hi Will French, hi Amy, hi Maggie, hi Yusuf, hi Jim and Craft Style, hi Queen B369, hi CD Woods, hi Simi Charmed, hi Yellow Umbrella, hi Mooney Bear, hi Jared the Great, hi Nicole, hi Taylor Swift, hi Josh Loves Movies, hi, the Free Rocket Man. Hi, Polistic. Hi, Arvin. Hi, Glitch Motion. Hi, Dreamy Star. Hi, Wolfie. Hi, Sum. Hi, Buffly Bing. Hi, everyone who's here, basically. Again, these streams are great. I'm doing more of them now because I think we're all enjoying them, maybe. So yeah, that's what we're doing. So we have a lot to go through today. It's going to be a number of things. We're going to talk about the strike. But I'm gonna update you on some box office news if you're interested in what's happening with Barbie and Oppenheimer this weekend. Could be a really big weekend, actually. I'm also gonna talk about the fact that Apple really might be looking to buy Disney, or at least Iger is planning to sell Disney. So we're gonna talk more about that in detail. That's pretty crazy. So yeah, we have a lot to go through. We also just got some more pictures from the Marvels. We're gonna look at that too. So yeah. How are you guys doing before we get into it? I know there are 170 people watching. Like the video so we can get even more. Wingless Angel says it's better to stream every day. The consistency keeps viewers. Oh, that's good. I am doing great, Luciana. How are you? I'm glad you like my live streams, Koharu. Yes, we will talk about Elemental, Yellow Umbrella. Alright, so let's get into it. The first thing I do want to talk about is Bob Iger selling Disney to Apple. Now, it's looking like from multiple actual reputable places that might be the case. That's what they're hearing, and that not only is it possible, but that negotiations are already in place. And because Bob Iger knows that it's going to be hard for the government to say yes to a merger of that scale, apparently what Bob Iger, who is the CEO of Disney, by the way, he's planning on selling off Disney's TV assets first. So, firstly, it's looking like they're going to sell ABC, FX, and Freeform. If you live in America, those TV channels probably sound familiar to you. If you don't live in America, those are 3 huge TV channels here in the West. ABC, particularly, is a broadcast network that, almost anyone has if you just watch regular TV. So it's pretty huge that they are allegedly, possibly selling these TV stations. That's huge. That's just showing you that the end is potentially near for all of these traditional television channels, and that broadcast TV, cable TV, all of that is on the way out for Disney to even consider selling their TV assets. That's a pretty big deal. Lala Kitty says they hope he sells Disney. Interesting. Josh Loves Movies says, plus Disney Channel. He wants to sell all the Disney TV channels. Oh, I didn't hear about Disney Channel too. I mean, that makes sense because I don't think... when I was a kid, Disney Channel was huge. Every kid watched Disney Channel. I don't think that's the same anymore, so that makes sense. But it is sad. It's it really much feels like the end of an era, basically. Oh, hi, Prince. They desperately want money, so not a surprise. Oh, yeah, and they need money. Disney is actually not doing well as a company at all. In fact, my video coming out this week is about talking about like how Disney as a company is not doing well right now. I'm gonna break down all the like the different areas of where they're kind of failing. So it's gonna be interesting. So buckle up for that video. Amy Aguilera says, "Imagine Walt Disney, the creator, witnessing this. Oh, I bet Walt has rolled over in his grave so many times. It's honestly kind of sucks that Disney has been known to be like its own independent company forever. It was just, it was Walt created it on his own. He didn't need like a big conglomerate or anything. Like that's been the story of Disney for years. So to have a major company own I feel like it's going to change the company culture. Yeah, Adrian, 2024 is going to be a bad year. We're going to talk about that. Koharu says Disney is more greedy than my dad. What? That sounds personal, Koharu. Najir says it's the 80s all over again. What does that mean? What happened in the 80s? Yellow Umbrella says when you realize Britney's job is talking about Hollywood's downfall. Is that my job now? It's just like witnessing and cataloging Hollywood's downfall. I guess it kind of is. I don't know. It's kind of interesting though. But it's also looking like he's wanting to get a strategic partner for ESPN, which is obviously the big sports channel. So it's looking like he's also trying to get rid of that, at least partially. So yeah, it's actually pretty interesting. Bob Iger built his reputation for buying so many major studios like Marvel's, Lucasfilm, Pixar, so on and so forth. But now that he's come out of retirement and come back, now it's looking like he's selling everything. So it's like he's doing the exact opposite of what he did beforehand. Eat Movie says Disney got greedy. Walt Disney was never a saint, but the recent CEOs are something else. You're right. The recent CEOs are something else, and it's not just Disney executives. It's really the whole industry. Kino Reviews says Disney needs to stop suing fans making fan films. Yeah, Disney's always been a super stickler about their IP. That's going to be interesting, I think, come next year when the black and white Mickey's copyright expires. So that's going to be fascinating. We'll see what happens with that. But anyway, yeah, it's just not looking good. The fact that Iger is now looking to sell off Disney's TV assets to potentially sell to freaking Apple of all companies. It's crazy. And I know some people have been asking, like, oh, why would Apple want the theme parks? Because that would also mean that Apple would own Disney World, Disneyland, all the theme parks around the world. And Peter Sirota, he makes a really great point, talking about how, first of all, the parks actually make more money for Disney than their movies or literally anything else. Like, the parks make a lot of money. So obviously, Apple would want it for that reason. But speaking as someone who has worked in the parks, I've worked in Disney World and Disneyland, and I can tell you that they've already made a lot of progress in making tech kind of the center of everything in the parks. Like, you basically have to do everything through your phone now, just to really enjoy the park. So I already feel like the parks were heading in the tech direction anyway, so it kind of makes sense. I was not a Disney princess, no, but I did work with the Disney princesses. I don't know if you guys know, I've mentioned this a couple times, but I think it's been a while. I did 2 college programs, well, technically 3 college programs, while I was in, college for Disney, which basically is like a program where I got to work at the parks in exchange for housing and money and stuff like that while I was in college. I was a character attendant, and I worked at a couple of rides. So I know the parks very, very well. I know how they operate, and I know for a fact that Apple is going to change those parks significantly. That's why I'm actually kind of worried about this. I'm more worried that Apple's just going to change the culture, because the culture and history of Disney is so important to the company. And if it becomes just a corporate thing and not good old family Walt, sat here and thought up of this tree here in Main Street or whatever, like how it currently is. I don't know. I just don't know. I feel like Disney's history and brand is everything, and I feel like Apple will overshadow that. Will French says, if that happens, we will have an Apple character arc, and a Disney Pixar movie or an iPhone Pixar movie. Oh God, oh God, don't say that. Although I can totally see it. You're right. Oh God, what if they do start pushing Apple products to Disney movies? I could totally see that. I Heart Tidia says, I really hope Apple doesn't buy Disney. I know. I hope so. I hope not either. But the thing is, Disney actually really needs the money. So that's why I think it's likely that it will actually happen, or at least there will be some sort of partnership between the companies. But yeah, it's pretty bad. And thanks to our member question of the day, I want to give a shout out to John Miwa 62556. I asked what they thought about the possible Disney Apple merger, and John Miwa said, "I don't think things will change much if Apple buys Disney. Both are politically liberal companies. That's very true. The only way to change some will say save Disney is for the current board of directors and Bob Iger to decide to course correct on their own." Yes, this is exactly what I think too, John. I think that as much as I don't want Apple to own Disney, also for just like general monopoly reasons, like that should be allowed, but whatever. But I know that Disney is in such dire straits right now. I kind of think that it's Apple buying Disney is its best option, and that's kind of sad. So I kind of have to agree, John. But thank you for the member question. And we have our first super chat today. Thank you from Nick Just. How do you think Apple's technology will combine with Disney if they do merge companies? Well, I did a live stream about this a couple of weeks ago, where Bob Iger was at one of Apple's like convention things where they revealed the Apple Vision Pro, which is a headset that projects like mixed reality and augmented reality, basically holograms into the world. And Bob Iger was there talking about how, well, maybe we should watch it to give you an idea, because I can answer that actually very, very clearly. Why is Apple in trouble, says Data Bing. I will tell you. I will tell you in a second, but also in my video. But hold on, I want to look up this other video real quick. Hello. Disney Apple Vision Pro. Because if you guys want to see what a potential future for Apple and Disney looks like, I think I have a very good video to show you of what that could look like. Okay. Here we go. This was just a couple weeks ago, showing how Disney plans to use Apple's new mixed reality headset. So this is the kind of stuff they want to do. It's kind of interesting. I did show this a couple weeks ago. I'm not going to show the whole thing, but it's basically like holograms. They want to turn your living room into an immersive mixed reality experience. I think where they're heading with this is like almost metaverse territory. That's kind of what it looks like to me, but with like holograms and stuff. Like this is what they'll turn your living room into. Like it'll look like you're on some planet or whatever. That's the kind of stuff they want to do. So yeah. Thank you for the question though. Anyone have any questions about that? Lala Kitty says, Disney was my childhood. Me too. Disney was a huge part of my childhood. I also grew up going to the parks as a guest, so I feel like that's why I'm very knowledgeable about Disney. It's because like I have experience in and around it. Hirek says, looks boring. I don't want the metaverse. Yeah, I don't know. The metaverse, a lot of people just don't seem to want it. We are living in a Black Mirror episode, Adrian. It's very true. It does have Ready Player One vibes, Luciana. That's exactly what it reminded me of. Jim in Craft Style says, if this replaces human interaction, I will be frightened. Oh God, I hope not. I really, really hope not. That's kind of like the whole issue with AI and technology in general. But moving on from the Apple and Disney stuff, the Marvels just dropped a bunch of new photos. Here's one. I'm not like super excited about this movie, as I've mentioned. I know a number of you are, so that's good for you. But yeah, this is just not my I just don't think the first one was that great, and I feel like this movie is not going to do very well because it requires having to have seen two other separate Disney Plus shows just to even know who two of these main characters are. And I just feel like for normies, they're not going to know what this is or care. That's my prediction, but I could be wrong. Um, Meh. Looks meh. Everyone's saying mid. Yeah, Natanya Mullings. Oh, hi, Natanya. I think the movie's going to flop. Oh, I hope it doesn't flop. Although I think it very well could, but I just don't think it's gonna do nearly as well as the first one. Photon looks so cool with her powers in the Marvels. I do like the power set. You're right. We do have some more pictures here. Oh, we have her using the power right here. She does look cool. I'd like the costumes. That's true. Here's Miss Marvel. I like her room. Her room is like very, very busy, but it's cute. We have Sam again. No one's watching Secret Invasion, y'all. Is anyone watching Secret Invasion? And of course we have Brie. It looks alright. Are you guys planning on seeing this? Martin says, so I'm the only one interested? No, I don't think you're the only one. I think I saw a few people who are interested. Yeah, everything kind of is flopping right now. Josh Loves Movies says, the Marvels had extremely positive test screenings. That might be true, Josh, but didn't we hear that about The Flash? And look at how that turned out. So I don't know if I really trust, like, oh, the test screenings had positive reviews, because that could just be the studios trying to build hype. Because that's what basically The Flash was. So I don't know. I don't even trust those rumors anymore. I see a lot of no's. Okay, poll. I'll do a poll. Alright. Doing a poll. Hold on. I'm gonna do a poll, so I'm gonna ask you guys who's interested in seeing the Marvels. Start a poll. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna put yes or no. Those are the options. Or no, I would put a third option, wait for streaming. There you go. Just ask the poll. Niger says 2023 is a flop year. It's kind of turning out that way so far, you're right. Although I kind of predicted this. I don't know how many of you guys have been around long enough, but I did a video in January called, it's still up on my channel, I believe, 2023 could be a bad year for movies. And I predicted a lot of these things that are passing, by the way, so go watch that video. All three of them are nice to look at. I will agree with that. They're all gorgeous women. I am a fortune teller, yes. So far the poll, 56% of you are saying no, you're not interested in the Marvels. 17% are saying yes, while 26% are waiting for streaming. That 26% waiting for streaming sounds about right, I think. Yeah, based on this poll, it's not looking good for the film, unfortunately. This is about what I predicted. I hope it doesn't, like, do Quantumania bad, just because I don't want the embarrassment for this film. But just based on this poll alone, I think that's where it could be. So yeah, not looking good. Alright. Going back here. Yeah. Any more thoughts on the Marvels before we move on? Oh, Josh says they're watching Secret Invasion. Okay, so that's one person watching Secret Invasion. I have no idea. Namor7 says, where is the MCU narratively? Who the heck knows? Who the heck knows? I actually watch all this stuff, and I have no idea, like, what the overarching story is. Something about Kang, something about multiverses, and now there's Skrulls in the mix somehow. I don't know. Neon says, I'm done with the MCU. Okay. Heroic is also watching Secret Invasion. That's good. I'm glad some of you are liking it. Okay, Fluffy Bling likes Miss Marvel. I have to say I liked the first half of the first season of Miss Marvel. I didn't like the second half, but the first half of the season I thought was good. All right, moving on. So Barbenheimer, yeah, that. So this upcoming week might be the biggest week for the box office, probably for a very long time. Oh, oh no. Okay, I thought I was muted for a second. We're all good. This upcoming weekend might be the biggest box office weekend for a very long time because of the strikes. It's looking like Barbie and Oppenheimer are going to be opening huge. I really think the Barbenheimer meme just helped both of these films huge. I'm very, very excited for both. I'm seeing Barbie. Uh, please ignore that. I'm seeing Barbie on Thursday, and I'm seeing Oppenheimer on Sunday. So I'm seeing both in the same weekend. Not the same day, but both in the same weekend. Are you guys excited for this? I know a lot of you are excited for Barbie. Yellow Umbrella says, I'm so glad Barbenheimer is blowing up because Hollywood is literally in flames. I know. I feel like Barbenheimer has been like the one bright spot this whole summer. Like this and Spider-Verse is like all anyone has been talking about. Amy, no, that's the ring you just heard is the call box. It's whenever there's a delivery to the building, they always call here, so they just ring. That's what you heard. But yes, I'm glad most of you guys are seeing both, or at least seeing Barbie. I'm glad you like my stream, Sheham. But the thing is, I think that the actual opening for both of them could be higher. So right now, for the official tracking, it's Barbie at 110, Oppenheimer at 49. But I think it could go higher than that. According to another Twitter page that I actually think is pretty reliable with this stuff, they're saying they think that Barbie could open to being the biggest opening weekend of the year, bigger than even the Mario movie. It's projecting to actually open around 150 million, which would be bigger than the 146 that Mario opened to. So it could literally have the biggest opening of the year, which is pretty incredible. And I don't think anyone saw that coming. Barbie can make more money than The Flash, than Indiana Jones, than even possibly Mission Impossible. Like, I don't think anyone saw that coming. Yellow Umbrella says, Barbie is coming out a day early in Portugal where I am now, so I'm gonna watch it before anyone else. Oh, well, tell me how you like it. Or hope you like it. I know. It could be bigger than Mario. Even bigger than Mission Impossible. It's so crazy. Josh Loves Movies says, I think Barbie could do 150 and Oppenheimer could do 50. That's what I'm thinking. That's where I'm at. I even think Oppenheimer could do it even better. I could see Oppenheimer going as high as like 60. I think the Barbenheimer thing is really helping both of them, especially Oppenheimer. I'm happy for Greta as well. Um, Barbie is queen. I feel like the Barbie hype is kind of everything, and I actually have some reviews for Barbie because the reviews that have been coming out today have been fantastic for the film, like beyond glowing. This one says, "Oh no, what happened?" Okay, this one says the Barbie movie is so fantastic, everything I was hoping for and more. Absolutely hilarious, sweet, charming, and madly inventive. With the same chaotic energy as the best mainstream 80s comedies while being one of the strangest, maddest, wildest studios films. I adored it. So that's pretty high praise. Oh my god, Barbie, I've never felt more personally vindicated by a film being amazing. I mean, these reviews literally can't be better. Um, no film is served by hyperbole. Oh my god. But there was a point when I was watching the Barbie movie when I thought, this is the culmination of all cinematic history. Like, wow. I mean, these reviews aren't just positive, they're like, this just breaks cinema. I'm like, okay, well, I'm excited. Um, Josh Loves Movie says Greta Gerwig is gonna give us the best cinematic Barbie movie ever. Yeah, I think she is. And I heard that there's a rumor that they're already possibly working on a Barbie sequel and a Ken spinoff, so you know they're about to start their own Barbie cinematic universe, so get ready for lots of Barbie. Um, Rainy Moonrock says Barbie dolls were a big part of my childhood. Well, that's great. Again, I was a more of a Bratz person. I loved Bratz as a kid, but I always liked Barbie core and like the idea of Barbie. Barbie is cinema. Z says, I think Barbie might be the last huge success for Hollywood for a long time, box office wise. Yep, that's exactly what I was just saying. I totally agree with you, unfortunately. And if you guys want to see just how much the Barbenheimer thing is actually playing out, according to AMC, now over 40,000 people have bought a double feature ticket for both Barbie and Oppenheimer on the same day. So this is actually becoming like a meme brought to life. Like it's not just on the internet. Like the hype is translating into real life, which is kind of funny to me. So again, I think this is like the biggest weekend in Hollywood for a while. And one of the reasons why I think Barbie is blowing up so much the way that it is, and I did mention this in my Barbie video, but I think it's the fact that it just feels so real and that they took time to build real sets and it feels handmade. And Michael Cera made a really good comment about this. He said, a throwback, he said that Barbie is a throwback to the classic way of doing things. Those special effects that are sort of a lost art. But there are still people that are brilliant at it. It definitely makes me appreciate things that are made by human beings a little bit more. Um, and I think that is exactly why this movie is like, really touching the zeitgeist the way that it is. I think it's the set design. I think that it feels real and tangible in a way that a lot of movies don't right now, and it just feels very fresh. So I thought this was a very poignant comment by Michael Cera. It feels like a real movie, Supercrit. Exactly. Nicholas says MI7 has an uphill battle because of the budget. Yeah. But I would love for it and Barbenheimer to keep Hollywood's head above water. I just saw Mission Impossible. I thought it was really, really good. I really liked it. I'm actually kind of bummed that it's not doing better. But I think you're right. It's because of the budget. They just need to get a lot of these budgets down. And I actually have more on that topic in a second. Um, it does look very fun. Exactly. So, where is the next one? Okay. Now, going from things that are going very well for the industry to the very opposite end of the spectrum where things are going very poorly. And we have this lovely tweet here that says that The Flash is now projected to end its domestic theatrical run with less money than The Green Lantern. Ouch. Oh man. If you guys don't know, The Green Lantern is a well-known disaster that Ryan Reynolds had to like hide his head in shame for years, and it still to this day makes fun of that movie. But The Flash is gonna make less money than that, so The Flash just really torpedoed, man. It just flopped so bad. So yeah, it's just like the opposite end of like the Barbie spectrum here. Who knew? Who knew that the Barbie movie would do like 10 times better than The Flash? It's pretty ironic really when you think about it. Um David E says, yeah, Zaslav thought that was the movie you should have written off. I know, exactly. Exactly. They really thought they had a winner with The Flash here. They thought The Flash was just gonna be like this huge hit. It was gonna bring the DC back to life. And it did not happen. It just the opposite happened. It's actually I think what happened with The Flash would be in Hollywood history books forever. It's really like the anti-Barbie story of the year. Oh, she him says Flash was good. I know some people do like the Flash movie. To be fair, I haven't seen it. I didn't see it because I didn't want to support the movie for a variety of reasons. I probably will see it once it's on streaming. Actually, it did just hit digital, but I'm not buying that. When it comes on like Max, I'll watch it and I'll tell you guys my thoughts. But yeah, it's in fact I think I have another video. Yes, where is it? Okay. Regarding The Flash, here's one of the reasons why I'm kind of glad it didn't do well. Remember in my video that I just posted, sorry, on Saturday, I talked about how the Flash use a lot of like AI deepfake cameos, and for one of them, they didn't even ask for the actor's permission. Well, someone finally uploaded that whole sequence onto Twitter, and I wanted to show it to you guys to show you exactly what I mean. Like all these creepy CGI AI deepfake cameos that they had in this movie. I mean, maybe the movie is good, but I don't think that this kind of stuff is not. I don't think it's good for humans. I don't think it's good for like actors. Amy says, "Do you think Barbie might be a lesson for Hollywood?" I hope it is, but I'm hoping Hollywood doesn't learn the wrong lessons from Barbie. I hope they don't greenlight a bunch of movies based off of toys and think they're gonna get the same result, because I don't think that's why Barbie is doing well. Yeah, it is awful, Luciana. Maria Snyder says this is gross. I know, it is gross. Josh says the scene was so creepy as they used dead actors without their consent. Exactly. Dead actors without their consent. Live actors. They used actors that are still living, but they used CGI instead of just having the actual actor in the movie, which is crazy. Like this one right here. This is the cameo that I was talking about of the guy that was like, "Oh, they didn't even tell me I was going to be in this movie." And then, of course, they have the Christopher Reeves Superman and then the OG Supergirl. But if you know the history of what happened to Superman and happened to this actor, the fact that they brought him back to play this character again beyond his death is really, really gross. Josh says there's a Hot Wheels movie and a Barney movie coming. I did hear about the Barney movie. Oh yeah, and the Hot Wheels movie. Oh god. Hollywood is about to learn all the wrong lessons about Barbie, aren't they? Oh no. I don't want a bunch of car driven, toy driven movies. That's not why Barbie's doing well. But anyway, that's frustrating. But yes, the Flash use a lot of dead actors. Okay. They say they got permission from the families to use them, but the thing is, families could totally just exploit their relatives' likeness for whatever they want beyond their death. So I think it's still important to respect people who are dead because you don't know what they would actually want. Um, DC is dead, says Lala Kitty. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, Cage's Superman was super creepy, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, this right here. They had Nicolas Cage come in as Superman, as one of the cameos. But they didn't even use actual Nicolas Cage. It's some weird, creepy abomination of just like a CGI deepfake. Why did they do that? Why? They could have just gotten actual Nicolas Cage. But that's why I feel like Hollywood's trying to test it now. Like they're trying to test this AI technology now so that they can get it to where it's like really good and they can use it for the whole movie because there's no other reason for them not to get the actual actor. You're right, Yusuf, it does look so fake. Heroic says DCEU is officially dead now. I am angry and scared at the same time. Yeah, I think James Gunn has a uphill battle trying to bring the DC universe back to life. Really, really uphill battle. Um, Nick just says, imagine a live action Cars movie. No, I don't want to. Martin says, I am sure he would have been down. I know, they could have just asked him. It is nightmare fuel, Dayton. Like, clearly this does not look real. Look at this face. Look at it. It looks so creepy. You cannot tell me this looks like a real human being. I don't know, man. It's just strange. It's very, very strange. This is the world we live in now. Kisaki says they lost me when they got rid of Henry Cavill. Honestly, I'm in favor of DC rebooting because they need to, so I wasn't that upset when they got rid of Henry when I thought that they were making a clean reboot. But knowing that Gunn is still going to keep, like, some of the DC people, like, he's going to keep the Suicide Squad and all of them, like, it doesn't feel like he's doing enough, and now I'm just annoyed. But that was a whole DC tangent. Anyways, I just wanted to bring up the Flash stuff because I saw this on Twitter and I was like, oh, this is relevant to what I was talking about. So now I explained it. Um, but going back to something good that's happening, I do want to update what's happening with Elemental. Because I did make a whole video talking about how the movie didn't open very well and it flopped, and well, that's still very true. It did end up doing a lot better than initially anyone expected it to based off of the opening because it's been holding really well week to week. So word of mouth for this film is very strong. So majority of the people who do see it do like it. When I reviewed it, I gave it a 7 out of 10. I don't think it's great, but it seems like a lot of people like it more than I do, which is fine. But this is like a small win for Pixar. I think that the fact that this movie is having legs week to week says that the big issue here was the marketing. And I didn't, as I said in my video, I think the marketing for this movie was awful. So I would blame the marketing for why this movie didn't do well now. Because it opened at 30 million domestically, and now it's at 300 million worldwide. So that's pretty impressive. Yusuf said, I love the animation. I'm glad you like the animation. Josh Loves Movies says, Elemental beat The Flash. A Pixar movie outgrossed a DC movie. That's incredible. I know! That's the other thing. Elemental has held so well that even though it opened so much lower than The Flash, it now has made more money than The Flash overall. Like, just to give you some perspective on how well Elemental has been doing versus The Flash. Ree says Elemental was just basic. That's kind of how I feel about it, but not everyone agrees. Some people really like it. Kim13 says, trailer-wise, I think I saw one for Elemental before it came out, and that's it. Yeah, I don't think there was nearly as much promotion for it as there should have been. I agree. Hi, Kinetic. Prince, am I seeing TMNT Turtles? Probably not. Probably not. But if you see it, please tell me if you like it. Alex says it's mid plus. Yeah, I would say that. It's like it's mid plus. That's how I feel. Yeah, it might break even. So this turned out from being like a really huge disaster from Pixar to actually being kind of okay. It's kind of an okay hit. So there's that. Oh, and we have another super chat from the Modern Designer. Thank you so much. Oppenheimer is also mostly practical FX, limited CG. Yes, Nolan was actually bragging about that earlier. He was like, "Oh yes, there's like no visual effects in my movie." But honestly, I think that is a selling point at this point. I think so many movies have gotten a bad rap. Like movies overall now have a bad rap for just being like overly reliant on CGI. So again, that's why I think Barbie's doing well, is because they built a real set and had real props, and it looks like Oppenheimer also like feels very real for the same reason. So I think if Hollywood wants to survive, I think they got to make movies that look like they were made by humans to separate themselves from the stuff that looks like it's made from a machine or by AI. Like it just has to look human made, you know? That's what I think. Dayton says, I was hoping for another TMNT live action. Oh, I'm glad you like those movies. I thought the first one was fun with Megan Fox. Connor says, I already knew Elemental would be a Zootopia knockoff. I mean, it did look like that in the trailer. Alright, moving on from Elemental. Oh yeah, one more thing. Because one of the big issues that's been going on in Hollywood also is just the fact that so many of these budgets are crazy. Like, Indiana Jones had a budget of almost 300 million. Mission Impossible had a budget of almost 300 million. Elemental's budget was 200 million. Flash had a budget of over 200 million. Like, all these movies are ridiculously expensive. But there's an original movie coming out later this year that I think looks fantastic. It's called The Creator. And it has an $86 million budget. And it looks better than most movies coming out right now that cost like 3 times as much. And there's a trailer here. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but you can just look at how it looks. It actually looks real. It looks epic. It looks grand. And it's made for only $86 million. So I think If Hollywood wants to survive, they can keep budgets below 100 million. Look at this movie. It's clearly possible. Um, it is the year of the flop, Alex. Very true. Um, Rainy Moonrock says, I hope Elio will be good. I hope it's good too. I hope. Georgiana is also looking forward to the creator. Yes. As someone who loves sci-fi, I cannot wait for this. I think this looks fantastic. It's also about AI, so that has my interest as well. I hope the creator does well. I really do. Josh Loves Movies says the creator looks great. I'm hoping to find an audience like Alita Battle Angel. I hope it finds a bigger audience than Alita Battle Angel, because that didn't really like set the box office on fire either. I want this to be big. I want it to at least prove that you can make original movies cheaply and still make it look good and it'll do well. That's what I hope this does, so we'll see. Maxine says opinions on Wish. I think because it's a traditional fairy tale for Disney and it's a musical, it might do well. I think that has the best chance of doing well out of anything else Disney has coming out for the rest of the year. All right, moving on from this, and finally we're about to get into the strike. We've got a lot going on. Oh my god, it's already 1:42. Oh wow, this is a lot. Okay. So, going into how the strikes are going to affect the industry, I found this tweet that I thought was really interesting and I wanted to share what it said. Um, Let me make sure audio. Okay. In interviews, three studio chairs who spoke on condition of anonymity because of the sensitivity of the labor situation said Hollywood content's content factories could sit idle for little more than a month, roughly until Labor Day, until there would be serious impact on the release calendar for 2024, particularly for movies. A work stoppage that stretches into September could force studios to delay big projects for next year by 6 months, making 2024 resemble the ghost town of recent memory set off by the COVID-19 pandemic. To put that in simple terms, in case you have no idea what I just said, he's basically saying that the studios are afraid that if the strike isn't over by the end of September, it will cause such a delay for all the movies coming out next year that 2024 could look so empty it'll resemble 2020 as far as like how there were no movies coming out. So 2024 could be very, very bad, like way worse than 2023 for movies. She had me think I should just be Disney's CEO. Thank you, that's very sweet. Um, Data Bing says, do you think Iger will blame the studio sale on the strikes? I don't think so. If he does, that would be lame of him. Honestly, I don't even know where Iger's head is at these days. Because it would not be the strike's fault. Disney has been struggling a long time before these strikes started, so I hope he doesn't say that. Um, Julie says, I'm just wondering how everything is going to turn out. Like, what about aspiring actors and such? This is huge. I know, I know. That's the thing. This is going to affect literally everyone. Not just the people at the very, very top, but like everyone. Like all the actors, everyone. Yellow Umbrella says the Hollywood sign should say Britney B. You guys are so nice. Alex Luciana says, 2024 year of YouTube and Twitch. I know, I know. Like, what are you guys gonna do? If 2024 does become this empty, where there's not a lot of movies coming out in theaters and there's not a lot of new TV shows coming out, what are you guys gonna do? Like, where are you gonna turn to for entertainment? Are you gonna turn to YouTube? Are you gonna game more? Are you gonna read books? I'm curious, because that's what we're facing. Oh, we have a super chat from Gideon. Thank you so much for the super chat. You didn't have a question, just wanted to support the channel. Thank you. Um, Castrophe says an Oppenheimer release in Japan hasn't confirmed nor banned. Yeah, that makes sense. I can understand why they're not happy about the nuclear bomb movie. I wouldn't be surprised if Japan banned it. Or you can live your life. That's fair, Ellie. That's fair. YouTube books and games, says Alex. Josh says rewatch old content. Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to be rewatching stuff. Luciana says reading and gaming. Connor says, have you seen the Snow White leaks? Yes, I've seen the Snow White leaks. I have a post on it on my community page, so You can check out what I said there. Watch old things. Yeah. Yep. Yellow Umbrella 2024 is looking like it's going to be the new 2020. That's what basically everyone's predicting. And here's the thing. I think these projections are only keeping in mind that the strike lasts only about 6 months, so basically for the rest of the year. But there is still a possibility. I don't know if this is going to happen, but there is a possibility that the strikes could go on even longer than that. So, 2024 and even potentially 2025 could be really, really bad. So what this is causing is now is a domino effect. It's affecting everything, not just now, but like years into the future, because that's how production works. You have to like, stuff being made now is not going to come out for like another couple of years. So it's like messing up the whole production pipeline, basically. Just a sub says gaming, reading, and YouTube. Yeah. I'm seeing a lot of gaming, anime, K-dramas, rewatching stuff. I guess that's what we're gonna have to do. I mean, gotta entertain yourself somehow. Yes, there is a new Snow White, Dayton. There are a million Snow Whites, but Disney had to make one too, I guess. Um, Amy says, but why is Oppenheimer getting banned in Japan? We don't know it's getting banned in Japan. It just hasn't gotten a release date yet. I said it might get banned because of the history of America bombing them. So I think that might be why. Um, yeah. So it's not looking good. It's not looking good. And then we have all the deal points between SAG and the studios, basically detailing what SAG wants versus what the studio is okay with or completely rejecting. And some of the things that the studios are rejecting are absolutely crazy and nonsense. Like, seriously, like, crazy evil stuff here. Like, for example, SAG, so all the actors, are asking for a share of revenue for new media. So anytime that their image is used, they just want revenue from that, which I think is pretty obvious. If your likeness is used in something, obviously you'd want to get paid for it. And the studios just completely rejected that offer. So, yeah. This is a sticking point I don't see either parties really budging from, which is why I think these strikes are going to last a while. Which I think is pretty awful that they don't even want to pay people for just their image. Like, they just don't want to pay people anymore. It's crazy. Joshua says these strikes will never end. Hollywood is dead. I don't want to think that. Like, that's trying not to get too doom and gloom now. I do think they will reach an argument of, I mean, not an argument, an agreement of eventually. But I just don't think it's going to happen for a while. Josh Loves Movies says the studios rejected protecting minors and young actors and actresses. I know! Some of the things they rejected too are just absolutely crazy. Oh, we have another super chat from Kevin Yu. The pandemic has greatly affected the movie theater and complex industries here in Mexico City. By the way, we are excited for Barbie. Oh, I'm glad you're excited for Barbie. I am too. The pandemic, I think how the pandemic affected the industry is, I think, the same thing that's going to happen with these strikes, but maybe even more of an impact, just because it's happening so soon after, like, the COVID shutdowns and whatnot, and the industry is still not really fully recovered from that. So I think it's, like, all this stuff together is it's just a recipe for disaster. That's how I see it. But thank you for the super chat. Again, not trying to be, like, too doom and gloom, but it's, like, hard not to be. Oh, we have another super chat. Thank you from Sir Chi 87. Harry Potter TV series will be non-woke and book. What does that mean? The Harry Potter TV series, I actually think has a really big chance of doing well. I know that's a very controversial opinion, but I think it has a good chance of doing well just because I think it could be more books accurate. And there was a lot of stuff from the movies that they just left out of the books. So I think if they can really stick to being books accurate, I think there's a chance that that show could actually do well. Um, I'm actually excited for it. Oh, there's 570 people! Welcome everyone who's watching. I'm glad you like talking about the SAG strike and everything. So, other things that they said no to that were absolutely crazy. Um, where was the other one? They literally just said no to like breaks. Oh yeah, here's the artificial intelligence what they're arguing over. So SAG is arguing that to establish a comprehensive set of provisions to protect human created work and require informed consent and fair compensation when a digital replica is made of a performer, or when their video likeness or performance will be substantially changed using AI. Again, just asking for compensation for their image being used, which I think is pretty fair. But apparently, the studios failed to address many vital concerns, leaving principal performers and background actors vulnerable to being replaced by AI, essentially. So, studios want to use AI. Like, they're pretty much biting at the heels to use it. They're just waiting for the opportunity, essentially. Which I think is pretty sucky and kind of sad. Not great. Now, where is the other part? Because there's one part where it's like, literally the actors were just asking for more rest periods, and literally like the studios were like, nah, we don't want to let you rest. Yes, right here, meal breaks. Literally just asking for like increased penalties for not providing meal breaks, and the studios are like, nah, you don't need to eat. Like what? What is this? This is crazy. Rest periods increase the penalties of failing to allow performers sufficient rest between workdays. Again, the studios just rejected it. They're like, y'all need to sit and eat. Like, the studios are literally like the old labor barons of like the early 1900s. Just like, you work and you die. Like, that's all you do. That's pretty bad. Oh, we have a super chat from Sir Chi87. Thank you so much. Not controversial anymore. J.K. Rowling actually won. Well, it is. I wasn't even talking about the J.K. Rowling controversy. I was talking about the fact that people just don't want the Harry Potter to be redone. I think J.K. Rowling herself is definitely still a controversial person. I don't think that's going to change. But thank you for the super chat. Josh Loves Movies says the actors were asking for safe places to film and the studios rejected that, which is wrong. I know, it's like the actors aren't even asking for like crazy stuff either. Like they're asking for pretty reasonable, just like basic labor standards, and the studios are like, no, we're not going to do that. It's pretty bad. Eat Movie says it's as if the studios only want to work with AI. I know. I'm pretty sure as soon as AI is good enough to where you can't tell that it's AI, the studios will be all over it. Um, yeah, it's kind of messed up. And where was it? Thankfully, Tom Cruise, who has basically elected himself as the mayor of Hollywood, he was apparently there at the negotiations to negotiate on behalf of SAG. He was trying to avoid the strikes and also get rights for actors. And apparently he was fighting against AI and using AI to replace stunt performers, because that's something else I also didn't mention. Something else studios want to do is use like AI body doubles essentially to replace stunt actors, so they don't have to actually get like real actors to do stunts. They just use like a CGI body double essentially. And Tom Cruise was there fighting against that. So, yeah. I just wanted to bring that up because I thought, A, it was interesting that, of course, Tom Cruise was a part of this, but that there's also more to the AI discussion here as well. Um, AI Brittany. No, I am not AI. This is all human. Yellow Umbrella says, and people thought actors had an easy job. I know. We're gonna get to that. Actors do not get paid very well. CD Wood says the strikes will affect film reactions on commentary channels on YouTube. Yes! Okay, good. I'm glad that you brought that up because that's actually something else that I was going to bring up. This right here, because this actually affects yours truly. So the SAG strike also affects entertainment journalists and entertainment influencers. There are certain things we can and cannot do now, which is interesting. So I've been reading up on this because if I ever wanted to be part of SAG, I don't want to like have that opportunity removed because I did something to Scab. So I've been looking into this. So apparently influencers from what I understand, we're not allowed to accept any promotional work from studios right now. So, like, if studio wants us to promote one of their shows or streaming services or movies or something, we are not allowed to do that. So, I cannot accept any promotional anything from anyone in Hollywood. So that's interesting. Um, and if you're an entertainment journalist, you're also not allowed to like promote like stuff that is on strike right now. It's kind of muddied, and a lot of people are arguing over like where the line is between an entertainment journalist and an influencer. So it's kind of a little bit confusing because obviously this is the first time that influencers are part of the discussion at all. So no one really knows. It's all just novel. I'm just hoping I don't do anything to get myself prevented from getting into SAG one day. So I'm just not going to accept any promotion stuff. I think that's all I have to do. Um, Donis Giorgio says, "You mean you can't rest or eat between productions?" Wow. I mean, they do allow people to eat and rest between productions, but I think what was happening is that uh, that wasn't being made a priority on set, and I think that's what actors were asking for, and studios rejected it. Um, XYZ says, influencers have the freedom to do what they want. No? Yes, we do. But I think the issue is if I say if Disney says, hey, could you promote Haunted Mansion for us on your channel? Then I could accept that because I'm not SAG, but I probably would, it might hurt my chances of getting ever invited into SAG in the future because that would be me breaking the picket line if I accepted that. So that's kind of the issue. Almost 600 people. Oh, hi everyone. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Arvin says actors can photosynthesize. They don't need to eat. What do you mean? No, I assure you, actors need to eat just like everyone else. Um, Stanley Z says I feel like Haunted Mansion is gonna flop. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Josh Loves Movie says if you can't do trailer reactions, that means you can't do reviews. Josh, what do you mean I can't do trailer reactions? I'm so confused by this. I've actually still been like looking this up. Would reacting to trailers be reacting to strike work? Would that be me crossing the picket line? Because I still don't even know where the line is myself yet. I'm actually a little confused by all this. But yeah, this is just part of the issue of the fact that I think just the fact that it's so vague and a lot of people don't know what to do, I think it's going to cause less people to just promote Hollywood stuff in general. So then if you're not even having influencers promote your stuff and your actors can't promote your stuff and your writers can't promote your stuff, then like literally it's going to be very hard to promote these movies coming out later this year. Um, yeah, I know, it's not called The Starving Actor for no reason. It's really sad. No, don't shut down my channel. All right. And on that note of the starving artist, we have this interview here by Michelle Hurd, who is a working actor. She's been in a lot of movies and television shows you might have seen, but she talks about how working actors in Hollywood, even if you've seen them on a lot of shows, don't actually make a lot of money. And she points out like how much she makes and how like people think that because she's in a lot of stuff, she must be making a lot of money, but she doesn't. And to give you an idea, this woman has been in a lot of stuff. She's been in The Walking Dead. She was in Star Trek Picard. She was in Pose. She was in Ash versus the Evil Dead. She was in the Daredevil series on Netflix. So she's been in a lot of big stuff. This isn't just like, someone who doesn't work. This is a working actor, like the very definition of a working actor. Sorry, Amy. Amy just called her Ice Spice. Stop. No, I can't unsee it. Oh, God. But yes, I just thought this was an interesting, no, the chat is calling her Ice Spice. Stop it. Y'all are so wrong. Oh, we have a super chat from Soul Pop. Even if creators and studio agree to an AI provision, what stops outsiders from creating their own AI movie and competing with Hollywood? Nothing. That's a great point. There is nothing, which is why studios want to use AI because they know independent creators will use it anyway. That's kind of the whole why AI is scary to Hollywood, because there is nothing to stop it. One day, anyone can make their own AI movie, and what will you need Hollywood for? That's the scary thing. But yeah, thank you for the super chat. Um, Mayo, y'all are wild in the comments. Okay, let's just listen to it right now.
All your favorite things that you've been watching for years, and you know those actors that you go, oh, there's that guy on that show. You may not necessarily know their names. You may see me on the show. You may not know my name, but you've seen me on a lot of things. Those actors, those actors are working class actors.
Yep.
We're literally working paycheck to paycheck.
Paycheck to
It
paycheck.
takes $26,000 to qualify for your life health insurance for SAG-AFTRA. A guest star on a show, producers will do top of show. This is a verbiage that they created. It's not in our contracts, it's what they created. So they're not going to budge above whatever their top of show is. Top of show generally could be anywhere from 5,000 to 7 or 8,000 an episode.
She's talking about, just to clarify, to in the SAG rules state that in order to qualify for health insurance, you have to make at least 27,000 a year. And she's about to describe how, even though she's in all of these shows and she's actually, like, a working actor, she's still struggling to qualify for health insurance, which means she's struggling still to make even $27,000, despite all of those credits I just mentioned. That's how bad a lot of, like, just basic everyday working actors are really struggling to make a living right now. And I just think that it's very fascinating, but also really sad. Oh my god, y'all, stop with the high spice jokes. Y'all don't take anything seriously. Josh Loves Movies says the new actors and actresses are getting affected the most, which they barely get paid anything. I know. Poor Sydney Sweeney was just talking about how, even with Euphoria and everything, she still doesn't, like, make a lot of money. And that she didn't have enough money for, I think she said, 6 months. So, yeah. It's bad. You can be in these huge hit shows and still, like, not make any money. Yes, Yellow Umbrella, I did hear. Ruby Gillman already left theaters. That movie did not do well. Y'all are saying karma. Y'all are crazy. And speaking of actors not making a lot, I want to bring up another Orange is the New Black actress, Kimiko Glenn. I brought up another actress, I believe her name was Amy, in my last video, talking about her residuals were only like $20. Well, Kimiko has also been talking about how basically the actresses on that show made like no money at all. And she showed what one of her residual checks were, and it's not good.
To be so rich.
She made, for all of these episodes, $27.
What?
$27, y'all, for all of these episodes. And this show was a massive hit. Massive hit. Back in 2019, Netflix claimed that it was their most popular original series and that it had 105 million users. Or 105 million users had watched at least one episode. So this was a huge show. I remember that show at its peak. Everyone was watching it. Yet those actors were making like no money. So that's why a lot of these actors are striking, because they just don't make a lot of money. Soggy Conscious says that's illegal, but it's not. That's the thing. The studios could totally get away with it. That's crazy. The Netflix is paying the Orange is the New Black residuals in cents. Like, what the heck? I know. If you actually look at how much she was getting paid, like, per episode, it's insane. You're right, it's only like a few cents here and there per episode.
Oh my god, I'm about to be so rich.
Well, yeah, look at this. Look at this. All these episodes. And then look at the cents you can see. That's like 1 cent, 3 cents, 1 cent, 1 cent, 1 cent, 3 cents, 2 cents, 4 cents. Like, literally, essentially just not getting paid. Like, at all. Like, it's actually kind of insulting. Like, you might as well not pay anything. Yeah, it is much, much too low. It is a good show. I really liked Is the New Black. And it was very, very popular, so it sucks that they weren't getting paid. I know, broke. um, the final episode had no cent. I know. I mean, why even give you a check just for 0.001 cent? Like, that's just insulting. It's insulting. So again, a lot of people think these actors are already millionaires and they just want more money, but no. A lot of these actors are just trying to get by and they don't make like any money at all. And I wanted to end this stream by bringing up something that Mark Ruffalo said, harkening back to something that we talked about yesterday, which is that I think this strike is going to lead to a rise of independent creators. And Mark Ruffalo seems to think the same thing. He says he urges actors to jump into indie film and exit the empire of billionaires and studios. Mark Ruffalo, the Hulk himself, is basically saying leave Hollywood while you still can and become an independent creator. Like, holy crap. Yeah, this is what I mean when I say, like, the stuff the actors are saying about this industry and about this strike right now is, like, so intense, so dramatic, that I truly think this strike will change the industry forever. And we have another super chat. Thank you so much. From Soul Pop. Isn't the future what Mr. Beast is doing, where creators have their own studios, create content, and sell merch in a vertically integrated manner? Yep, that's exactly what I think. I think the future is, well, I'm about to make some of you mad, but if you want to know what I really think the future of entertainment is, let's watch this video.
Amazing. Fire. Yes, yes, yes. Nova, you calling me?
This is the future of entertainment,
I love
guys.
you too. Gang, gang. Gang, gang. Ooh, 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 ooh. Fire, fire.
I know some of you are probably like, what the heck is that? Why are you showing us that? Well, it's a trend on TikTok right now where a lot of people are going on live streams and they're reacting to different stickers and donations that they get live while they're on camera. And it's become such a viral trend that everyone's doing it. And everyone's amusing themselves to death and it's getting like thousands of views. And I'm telling you now, this is the future of entertainment. It's stuff like this. We're all just going to be amusing ourselves from the comfort of our own homes as we all broadcast ourselves and become independent creators. And Hollywood and entertainment itself just becomes decentralized. That's what I think, in all honesty. That's what I think. I know I said I was going to make some people mad. I'm sorry. You guys want to watch more? He's really good at it.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Oh, thank you, Pradra. I love you. Love you, love you, love you. Mm-hmm. Yes.
I mean, she's got 10,000 people watching her right now. Live. 10,000 people. Live. I mean, and to be honest, there are YouTubers and Twitch streamers that get more viewership than, like, fully, like, produced, expensive Hollywood productions right now. Easily. And they're probably making more money with, like, brand deals and stuff. So it's already, like, moving in that direction. Marcos says, Idiocracy movie predicted the future for sure. I need to watch that movie. Everyone keeps telling me Idiocracy is, like, predicting everything. You know what movie I think predicted everything? Demolition Man. If you've seen that movie, I think that movie is also prophetic. That and WALL-E. Stop giving me nightmares. Sorry. I feel like I always end up the stream on something that scares you guys. And there's more, too. There's, like, I don't know if this one has, oh, yeah.
Never hate on a bitch in...
Oh, no. There's more. I don't see any in the comments. And knowing Twitter, who knows what the heck is going to be in the comments, so. But, yeah. I've seen people, like, there's one guy who pretends to be Miles Morales, and he says, like, Miles Morales sayings for different stickers. I've seen other girls pretend to be, like, elves or whatever. Yeah. This is what I'm predicting anyway. What do you guys think anyway? I'm just gonna open it up the rest of the live stream to Q&A so you guys can ask me questions about anything you want. Thank you for being here. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as always. But we are going to answer a few more questions and then that'll be it for today. Yes, I know. Yesterday it was Nicki Minaj that scared you, and now today it was that. Yellow Umbrella says, this is like when you showed us Scuttlebutt. Oh no, is it as bad as Scuttlebutt? Soggy Concha says, can you stop? Oh man, everyone wants me to stop. It is very Black Mirror. Isn't there a Black Mirror episode that's about... I can't remember if this was a Black Mirror episode or just a short on YouTube that I found. But it was something where it was like a girl was dependent on a constant live stream for money. And she was constantly like doing everything for the camera. Was that I think that was a Black Mirror episode. But that's what that reminds me of. Fantasy Fox says, thank you for doing this chat, Brittany. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you like my videos, Zalo. Why am I giving you guys nightmares, Yusuf? Yeah, it is kind of scary. Maritza RL says, how did you get into film criticism? Is there someone who inspires you? Well, I did go to college for media studies. I've always had an interest in movies and cinema and media in general. I've been interested in the arts just my whole life. I went to a performing arts school when I was in high school where I did theater. And then when I went to college, I got really, really into film. And it just all spiraled from there. So now I get to talk about it. And I actually get to use my degree. So I feel like, yay, that was actually sort of worth it. Oh, thank you. You guys are so nice. Amy says, why is Barbie getting postponed in the Middle East? I think it's because of some stupid map issue. I don't know. I feel like countries are getting really sensitive about censorship with their movies lately. I don't like it. Fluffy Bing has seen Demolition Man. Yeah, if you've seen Demolition Man, you know. That is the most accurate as far as predicting the future. Oh yeah, we got 583 watching. Nice. I am working on getting the stream quality better. I know I hate that the stream quality is like not where I want it to be. I'm trying to fix that. I don't actually know how to fix that. I've been trying different things, but I am working on it, guys. So I want these streams to grow, and I'm going to be working on just getting them more polished as well. So it's going to be a journey we're going on together. All right, I'll take 2 more questions and then that'll be it. Yellow Umbrella says, Brittany, I love your videos. They are so fun and enjoyable. I feel like I'm part of a community now. You are part of a community. Thanks so much, Brittany. Carry on doing what you're doing. Yes, oh, thank you so much. You guys are like the kindest, nicest, literally nicest people. And yes, thank you, Prince. Thank you to everyone who also donated a super chat. Thank you for just supporting the channel and being interactive. Also appreciate it. Amy Aguilera says, the future of entertainment is just us watching TikTok for the rest of our lives. TikTok and other things, but I think we're seeing a shift to non-scripted content. Like, I think user-created content and just, like, natural conversations like podcasts and stuff like this, I think that seems to be what people are more interested these days over than, like, scripted content. But we'll see. One more question. A vegan person says, are we in a dystopian? I think we're very, very closely getting there. I think there's an argument to say we definitely are already. But I think in 5 years it definitely will be. Because I've been watching some videos on YouTube about AI and how, like, Silicon Valley is, like, freaking the F out right now because AI is more advanced than the people know and it's gonna, like, end the world or something. So, you know, light stuff to think about at night. But anyway, thank you everyone for coming on this live stream. Again, I'm going to see you tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am going to do these every day, Monday through Friday. So you're going to get 5 live streams a week now. I hope you keep enjoying them, and I'll see you tomorrow.